Welcome back to Overtime Insights. Today we're breaking down the blockbuster trade sending Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat to the Golden State Warriors. Was this a mutual parting or a selfish exit? Let's dive into both sides of the story. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Jimmy Butler's 6-year Heat tenure was defined by grit. 2 NBA Finals appearances, 3 Eastern Conference Finals trips, and a reputation as Playoff Jimmy. He embodied Heat culture, pushing teammates like Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro to championship standards. But behind the heroics, cracks began to form. In some notable stats of his, at the 2020 Finals, he recorded 26.2 points per game, 9.8 assists per game, and 8.3 rebounds per game. In the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals, he was the MVP, having a 24.7 points per game versus the Celtics. He's also leaving the Heat as a franchise leader in steals per game at 1.8. By 2024, tensions exploded. Butler wanted a 2-year, $113 million extension, but Miami balked at his age of 35 and durability. After missing 22 games and the 2024 playoffs with a knee injury, Heat president Pat Riley publicly rebuked Butler for claiming Miami would have beaten Boston if healthy. Pat Riley was quoted, "Keep your mouth shut." Butler in January of 2025, "I want my joy back, wherever that is." Things turned ugly. Butler was suspended 3 times in January 2025 for skipping team flights, leaving practices, and withholding effort. Teammates felt disrespected, with one saying Butler no longer wanted to be here. The NBPA even filed grievances over Miami's harsh penalties. Now as for the trade that happened, Warriors get Jimmy Butler, who did sign a 2-year extension of $121 million. The Heat got in return Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, PJ Tucker, and a protected 2025 first-round pick. And the others who received players from this deal, Utah gets Dennis Schroeder, and Josh Richardson goes to Detroit. Golden State pounced, desperate to maximize Steph Curry's window. But was this a gamble? Butler's 2024-25 stats was 17 points per game, which was career lows for him, and drama raised red flags. Meanwhile, Miami prioritized flexibility, swapping Butler for Wiggins' team-friendly deal and draft capital. Critics say Butler's exit reeked of entitlement. Despite owning Miami $52 million in 2025-26, he leveraged his player option solely to force a trade. His antics, like tweeting, "Welcome to the Wild West," mid-drama, ignored the locker room fallout. And the key points from this, he skipped team events, ignored Heat culture's discipline. A teammate of his quote, "He disrespected us." The way he acted toward the locker room. Fans' reactions as selfish, all about the bag. Even the Heat players learned about the trade. From a courtside fan, Tyler Herro's stunned face said it all. Golden State bets Butler's playoff pedigree of 15 career 30-point playoff games offsets the drama, but pairing him with Draymond Green, that's either genius or chaos. Now, Jimmy Butler's messy Miami exit isn't his first rodeo. His my way or the highway approach led to the explosive departures from 4 NBA teams. Butler's Chicago exit set the blueprint. Drafted 30th in 2011, he became a star, but clashed with young teammates and coach Fred Hoiberg. Jimmy wanted max money and a tougher culture, but the Bulls refused, trading him to Minnesota in 2017. Butler said they chose Fred over me. Teammate of his says Jimmy's intensity divided the locker room. In Minnesota, Butler's alpha style backfired. He infamously yelled, "You ain't shit, you soft," at Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins during a 2018 practice. Teammates resented his dictator leadership, and Butler forced a trade after just 69 games. Butler clashed with Wolves' nonchalant young core. Jeff Teague later revealed Jimmy wanted paid ASAP. He wasn't waiting. Butler then goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. Butler's Philly stint lasted just 1 season. Despite carrying the Sixers to Game 7 versus Kawhi's Raptors, he clashed with coach Brett Brown and bristled at the front office's uncertainty. Joel Embiid later admitted they picked Ben Simmons over him. and Butler was quoted, "I don't know who the F was in charge." An insider said Philly feared they couldn't control him. Sound familiar? Miami's Heat culture initially meshed with Butler's grit, until it didn't. Contract disputes, suspensions, and another fractured locker room. Butler's exit mirrored Chicago, Minnesota, and Philly. Brilliance overshadowed by bridges burned. And what were the differences between these three franchises before Miami? Chicago, he demanded max money, rejected a rebuild. Minnesota, he publicly shamed teammates. And Philly, he clashed with hierarchy. So is Jimmy Butler selfish? His legacy is a paradox. A finals hero who forced his way out with tantrums, leaving Miami relieved, but Warriors hopeful. Drop your take below. Is Butler a mercenary or misunderstood? Thanks for watching Overtime Insights. See you next time.